Check my audio. Check, check, check. Mic check to two. I'm only checking this because I got a notification. So whatever, whatever. Honestly, I wanted to get straight to the point on this one. Straight to the point. This is your girl JS's journey. Look in the background. I'm in the midst of cleaning up, but I'm also in the moment of truth and honoring what needs to be said. So, what is the thing that you need to know? What is the name that you think you need to know? If you're looking to relocate, blah, 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 I'm not even talking about relocate to Rwanda. If you're looking to relocate, y'all secure the freaking bag. Okay. Like, why is it that, okay, I'm not even going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go there. Why is it that we are so in tuned with the hustle and grind that we're supposed to do in America or home? We're so in tune that that's our songs that we hustle, 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 hustle hard, hustle hard. We in the club like We're in the club. If you got $100 bill, put your hands up. If you got a $10 bill, put your hands up. We are so busy hyping up the fact that we can grind and we can hustle and we can do all this. And then we tend to try to move or relocate and we don't have income generating in. And when I say income generating in, let me just put it in. You need to have cash flow. You need to have something. And I'm saying this because a lot of people, a lot of us, a lot of folks tend to try to make these moves and they want to move to a new spot or a new place and they don't understand the true game plan you need to have. You will make mistakes. You will go out of budget. You will just settling in, just buying draws, y'all. Like just buying draws might not be what's in the budget. You might have budgeted out $10 worth of draws. Oh, you thinking you getting 20 draws. You get two. Okay, go ahead and do your little rotation, musty moo, musty me. But what I'm saying here, while I'm being funny and I'm going to be serious, is that in order to authentically plan for the lifestyle that you want to have and participate in, you need to make sure that you're bringing in something or supplemental so you can rest and figure out and find out and finance the life that you want. It is a very common trait that people are coming over and we are living this life and we're not talking about the stresses of how to plan for it. And so, what I'm here to say, and the conversation that's not had, is you need to create an income. You need something that comes in. That's what's an income in. Come in. So you can offset your outcomes. Okay, that was bad, but still, but you need to have income. So, what I'm saying is, if you're working, that's great. If you can work remotely, do that. Then you want to say, okay, I figured out my lifestyle, I can transition over. If you're coming in on savings, that's nice. What was the purpose of your savings? How much is in your savings? So if you had to allocate your savings down to a monthly, what would that be like? How are you replenishing the savings? What are you investing in? Y'all do not understand the level of thought process that goes into this. Are you going to create a business? If you're going to create a business, can you justify almost two things? This is all top of the dome. Number one, debt in 3 years. A debt of 3 years. And that is typical business sense. What would it cost for you to turn around to just not make money? Can you sustain that? Can you live at that zero level line? Can you turn around and say, I buy all this, spend all this, and do all this? I income this, but we're here. So, what is my living expenses and everything else on top of that? Can you figure that out? The second piece I was going to say is you do have to recognize that you're going to be pulling in the income of the currency where you live. So, you cannot turn around and be like, simple example here with the bunnies and the rabbits and stuff. I know that what I pulled in for our rabbit urine shout out Hatima's Farms, is not going to sustain the lifestyle that I'm currently living. That is why it is an investment business. I'm still working in it and still doing it, but I really have like a 3 to 5 year plan of it just growing. During that entire time, I am working. I am creating something, but I use something else to supplement that income and that outflow. That is the plan. So I go back to, what is your plan, yo? What are you doing? What's your income? That's one reason why people say, come visit, come build, try and figure it out. You could turn around and say, okay, I have a house, I renovated, I'm going back, I'm going to turn around, put this money in, whatever else like that. But it's real conversations. And what happens is we get so excited and we're so exhausted that we just want to move. And if you don't have those things in place, the move is not going to feel as good as it can feel. The move is not going to be all it's supposed to be for you. And you're going to be constantly sitting there saying, I know what I love, I know what I want, but I got to figure out how to attain it and keep it. And then when you've moved and then you turn around and do the hunt, you're in Hail Mary hunting. And Hail Mary is that you're gripping on, you're hoping, you praying on every single prayer, you're trying to grasp onto this, you're trying to grasp onto that. And so I'm saying make the plans before. So, top of the dome, what can I talk about? I don't know. Because I have done so much research and learning, I would definitely say that, number one, if you have a job and they let you work remote, do it. Check your Wi-Fi and everything. One of your very first expenses is going to be about Wi-Fi. And always do this. Always have your Wi-Fi, but then have a backup like battery or data plan. Like I'm on Wi-Fi now, but if push came to shove and it was like ching ching, rain, whatever, I can look. I have on here Airtel data that I just loaded to and get to working. Um, Definitely use whatever income. So if you don't know what you can do off of that, always look. LinkedIn is really popping with information, y'all. You guys don't understand LinkedIn and Indeed. However, you got your customer service reps, you have tutoring, you have what else was going to say? You have transcripts. You can actually transcribe for additional cash money. You can do something called Cambly, which is another tutoring gig, but literally all they really do is labeled under tutoring, but it's not. What they do is talk to people who are trying to learn English. So what you're doing is you're giving them conversational English. And so you get paid for that. Like I'm not gonna lie, I did that for like a month and a half. Like, hey, hello, yes, yes, I am from the United States. Just articulate, you have to slow down. And this is not advertisement, so please research and figure out and find things on your own. There are actually YouTubers out there, I don't remember any names, but just giving out information left and right. There's Working Nomad. There's flexi jobs that tell you about remote jobs. You have all of those things. I did state the tutoring. I stated customer service care reps. You have people being a personal assistant, being a virtual personal assistant. Fiverr, there's another one, but you can start listing yourself as a person that just does. I know I've used Fiverr to complete Excel sheets because I was not putting all that data in. I've used Fiverr for graphics and all that stuff, but you can do it for rewriting resumes. They have people with virtual assistants. They have people who do coaching. I mean, just Google Fiverr and just look, child, it is so much that you can do. I've heard about a lot of these places. I was going to say like Gnome has these coaches. Gnome or Noom, like the weight loss people, they have these coaches that will talk and coach. Um, Online notary, do not sleep on that. Think about all the stuff that's going virtual and what do you need to be able to support that. That online notary, I promise you, if I were to go back to the States, I'm stamping it up. I'm stamping it up and doing that life. Promise you. Um, then we talk about your kind of investment efforts. And remember when you're an investor, and that's another pet peeve. I'm trying to push pause here. Um, people, the quotes, people tend to confuse the term investor and a loan. Um, so when you become an investor, your goal is to put money into something with the hopes and objectives that the money will return itself. So a lot of times people turn around and want to look at who's already invested into something and to turn around and do that. First thing I would say is you need to know what type of investor are you? Are you risk taker or are you kind of like a safe better and what you're going to do with that? You also need to know about your return and your return time. Do you need to see something immediate? Do you need to see something long term? Is it better for you to go ahead and invest in stuff that's small and just put out maybe $200 or $300 and see how it rotates over and be saving for that? You always want to check, and I didn't know, you want to check your percentages and your dividends. So if we talk about investing and making money, of course you have the stock market. You have your whole options, you have futures, you have ETFs, you have all these words I have learned and am still learning, because you have to understand and be humble with yourself. If you're a novice and you got to figure it out. You have, there are, well, I'll go into that one, like how I have the farm, like I did the review over a couple of farm agencies where you can invest in farms. There's one in Ghana, there's one here, and we'll talk about that a lot more a little bit later, making sure that those returns actually come through. And so that's something I would say you might want to go small first to see what's going on and then go big. You also have, I'm losing it. So if you're in the UK, yo, Peerberry and like the peer-to-peer platforms, yo, that's tight. Just make sure you do your research. But I was doing that a little while until I got relocated. What else was I going to say with the investments? There are so many different things. Check out, even though I know this has been a minute, um, there is a Black company that was looking for investors. I believe they're called Payment. Really good structure, and they got some really big names behind them. Of course, you can always talk into real estate and look at your wholesaling, look at your fix and flips, look at property management, looking to see if there's groups. Also, I know this was real big back in the day. I don't know, but if you have investment groups, like really working that, not the whole little dowry flower thing that people are doing. That's dowry flower. That's not right. But the investment groups. But what I'm saying is at once, let me help you with this. There is an entire list I created in Relocate to Rwanda teachable.com, and I am going to be updating that list again come in June, of just different things you can do to drive money towards you. That's it. That's it. That's it. Like, just you want money come towards you. Now, the other quiet piece, and I'm not going to dig into this today, is just because you got money coming in, don't necessarily know how to make sure money goes out. No, it's called spending habits. We don't want to talk about that, because when we talk about spending habits, we want to talk about Jordans. We want to talk about these. We want to talk about that. I think the key question is simply is, can you hold money? That's it. Are you a person that once money touches your hand, it must go? Because it doesn't matter if it's Jordans, it doesn't matter if it's a restaurant, it doesn't matter if you're treating yourself or whatever. If you can't hold money, that's something that you're going to have to work on. You're going to have to work on deciphering between yes and no, or whatever building that in. That's a whole nother conversation. I just wanted to come to you today and just talk about the fact of relocating. It is, doesn't matter where you go. You can go to Penny Po Island. You can go to Penny Po Island. If you have not set up your mindset, like just for 1 year at least, for 1 year, guarantee yourself some type of income and then make your decision. If you have your retirement checks, good. If you have something that's coming every month, good. I don't know if I can reiterate this well, but even at Penny Po Island, something can go down and they're gonna stack up them pennies against you. You're gonna be like, oh, them pennies is counting up. And so that's it. That's it. And I'm gonna give you this disclaimer too. We are going to act like we're not coming out of the pandemic and we're not coming out of COVID, which has been like what, 2-3 years strong. Like COVID's in toddler stages now. Like COVID is now COVID. Like, yo, COVID, come over here. Got a little nickname, everything. Ain't even cute no more. What I'm saying by that though is the reality is people got to get back into this economic system. So they're going to be asking for money. Who you think's the people who supply it? That be us. Hand up, I supply money. You want my money, honey. You want my money. Uh, you want my hey, hey, it's shaking back there. You just can't see it. Hey, hey. But so you know it's gonna be coming out. You've got to make sure it's coming in. And then that goes into the conversations now. Inflation is going up. We owe money. The dollar is not so strong. Keep your ears open. Just all I'm saying is in any place, if it's Ghana, if it's Portugal, if it's Mexico, if it's wherever you're trying to relocate, be very wise. Ask people. You can ask me. I ain't giving you all my business. But what are people doing to supplement that lifestyle and income? Are you living on savings? If you're living on your savings, how much did you save? How much do you spend? And how do you replenish it? Because some people, no, I'm playing. I was about to say some people do some things for some change, but what it is, whatever. So this is just your girl J Essence, giving you that little insight and information. We're making moves and doing things, and I'm going to tell you now on my own personal story that just becoming an entrepreneur in this real case for this past year has opened my eyes to so many things. And when I say you need to focus on the dollar bill, y'all, like Bernie Mac had it right, dollar bill. It's just dollar bill. It takes something to make something run. It makes take something to make something happen. And you just want to make sure that you're constantly having a pool that you can work with so you can figure it out. And I'll be honest with you, I've been here, I'm looking at the date. I've been here like definitely a year and a half. I'm still figuring out my budget. And I'm almost there. I'm almost there, but things have got to things have got to go, and decisions have to be made. You got to grow up. You got to put on your big girl draws and bras and make it all hold together, be supported. I'm leaving on that note because that's tight, just like your bra should be. All right, I'll holler back. Don't have it sagging and loopy in the streets. Just not a good. Tighten up your game. Tighten up your straps. Tighten it up, boo. Bye. This is like the most awkward buys ever. Still awkward. I can't hit the buttons right.